My girlfriend posted, "A real woman doesn't need a man's permission." After I asked her to consider my feelings about her new male roommate, I commented, "A real man doesn't need to give it." What happened next made her block comments when she found out I, 27 male, am sitting in my empty apartment right now. Boxes packed, lease terminated early. The last 3 months have been a masterclass in watching someone destroy their own life while blaming everyone else. My girlfriend, Veronica, and I had been together for 3 years. We didn't live together. We each had our own place. The plan was to move in together next year. Once her lease was up, everything seemed good, or so I thought. For months ago, her roommate got a job offer across the country and had to move out, leaving Veronica scrambling to find someone to cover half the rent. It's a nice 2-bedroom apartment, not cheap, but reasonable. She told me about a few people she interviewed. Then, one night over dinner, she casually mentioned, "Oh, I found someone. This guy, Trent, from my CrossFit gym. He's perfect, clean, has a steady job." I paused mid-bite. "A guy?" "Yeah, so," she said, her tone already defensive. "I mean, I'm just surprised," I said. "You didn't mention interviewing any guys." She rolled her eyes, a gesture that had become increasingly common. I didn't think gender mattered for roommates in the modern world. "It's not about gender," I tried to explain calmly. "It's about us discussing something that might affect our relationship. I'm not saying you can't have a male roommate. I'm just asking that maybe we could have talked about it. I'd like to meet him first, just to make sure we're all comfortable." Her face went cold. "Are you seriously trying to control who I live with? You're threatened by the idea of me living with another man. That's your insecurity, not my problem." The conversation devolved from there. No matter how many times I repeated that I wasn't forbidding anything, only asking to be included in the discussion, she painted me as a controlling, jealous boyfriend. I left that night feeling completely unheard. 2 days later, I woke up to my phone blowing up. She had made a post on Instagram. It was a picture of her, looking strong and defiant, with a long caption, "A real woman doesn't need a man's permission to make her own housing decisions. If your partner is threatened by you having male friends or roommates, that's a red flag. Secure men don't need to control you. Hashtag independent woman. Hashtag know your worth." The comments were a firestorm of her friends hyping her up, calling out toxic masculinity. Mutual friends were liking the post, which stung. I sat there, coffee getting cold, reading comment after comment diagnosing me as an insecure control freak. All because I asked to be part of conversation. So I commented, just one sentence. "A real man doesn't need to give it." 5 minutes later, she called me, furious. "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" "Exactly what it says." I replied, "I don't need to give you permission because I'm not your parent. But I also don't need to stay in a relationship where my valid feelings are dismissed as control issues and broadcast to the world as a red flag. Are you threatening to break up with me over a roommate?" "No, Veronica. I'm saying that how you handle this, publicly shaming me instead of having an adult conversation, tells me everything I need to know." She hung up. 20 minutes later, the comments on her post were disabled, but the damage was done. When Trent, the CrossFit gym bro, moved in, things got progressively weirder. He'd walk around shirtless constantly when I was over. He'd put his hand on the small of her back. He'd text her, "Hey V," at all hours. He even accidentally walked in on her showering twice. Every time I tried to bring it up, I was met with the same wall. "You're just being jealous. This is your insecurity again." She went to a concert with him, a band I had wanted to see with her, using the excuse that he had an extra ticket. But then I discovered the truth. I was scrolling social media one night and saw Trent tag in a photo with another woman. Her bio read, "Trent's girlfriend." My man had a whole girlfriend this entire time. Her name was Becca. I sat on this information. The petty part of me, the part that was tired of being called controlling, wanted to see how this played out. So I started documenting. I screenshotted everything. Every picture of Trent and Becca, every time Veronica lied to cover for his whereabouts. I knew this house of cards would collapse eventually, and I wanted receipts when Veronica tried to rewrite history. The collapse came in the most spectacular way possible. It started with Veronica posting another gem. When he's too secure to be jealous, some of us want to feel wanted. #passion. She was publicly trying to bait me into being the jealous boyfriend she had previously shamed me for. But she made a fatal error. Becca, Trent's actual girlfriend, saw the post. She commented, "Maybe focus on your own relationship instead of playing games." Veronica, not knowing who Becca was, snapped back, "Maybe mind your own business?" Becca's reply was devastating. "It is my business when you're living with my boyfriend." The comments section exploded. Veronica deleted the post within minutes, but the screenshots were already everywhere. She called me frantic. "This psycho is saying Trent is her boyfriend. She's lying, right? Ryan, please, I need you." I waited 3 hours, then texted back, "Sounds like something you and your roommate need to sort out. I don't want to be controlling." She showed up at my apartment an hour later, a complete wreck. "He's been lying this whole time," she cried. "That's rough," I said, blocking the doorway. "Rough? My roommate has been using me as a cover to cheat on his girlfriend. Actually," I corrected her, "he's not cheating on her. You're the side situation he's been setting up with her." Her face went white. "What? How do you know?" That's when I showed her my phone, with a folder of screenshots going back weeks. The anniversary posts, the tag photos, all of it. "You knew?" she whispered, her voice tiny. "You knew and you didn't tell me? Would you have believed me, Veronica? Or would you have accused me of being a jealous, controlling boyfriend making things up to get my way?" She opened her mouth, then closed it. We both knew the answer. "But hey," I continued, echoing her own words back to her, "a real woman doesn't need a man's protection from red flags, right? You got this handled." "Ryan, please," she begged. "I'm sorry. I need your help dealing with this." "No," I said. "No? After everything? I'm done, Veronica. You publicly humiliated me for expressing a valid concern. You dismissed every red flag. You chose to believe I was a problem instead of trusting the person who actually cared about you. I'm not your cleanup crew. You're seriously breaking up with me now, when I need you most." "I'm breaking up with you because you showed me who you are," I said, my voice firm. "Someone who would rather be right than be loved. Good luck with Trent." I closed the door. Karma, it turns out, had a whole checklist to work through. Becca went scorched earth, exposing Trent everywhere. Veronica had to live with him for 30 agonizing days while he was legally evicted, a man who now openly despised her. She couldn't afford the apartment alone, had to break her lease, and eventually moved back in with her parents. I ran into her at a coffee shop about 3 weeks ago. She looked tired and defeated. She apologized, said she was stupid, that she should have trusted me. "Veronica, stop." I told her, "You weren't stupid. You were cruel. You chose to publicly humiliate someone who loved you because it felt good to feel right in that moment. That's not stupidity. That's character. I've changed for the next person." I left her crying in the coffee shop. I didn't feel triumph, just a quiet, profound sense of relief. I'm single now, happily so. I realized I'd spent years managing her emotions and walking on eggshells. Now, I'm just living my own life. Veronica wanted a man who would fight for her. I did. I fought to be heard, to be respected, and to be considered a partner. She just didn't recognize what a real fight for a relationship looked like. She thought it was about grand, dramatic gestures, not the quiet, consistent act of listening. Her last Instagram post before she went private was a quote about learning lessons from heartbreak. Yeah, they do. I just wish she hadn't had to burn down our relationship to learn hers.